CybertronianQuestt. Chef Damage. T3 PK. What up? T3. Yeah, look, lights on, shells glow, room full of stories only collectors know. Bots on the left, lions on the right. Joe's in the cut like they ready for a fight. Old school heart with a grown-up bill. Still get chills when the glass doors reveal. Chrome hit the light, boxes stack high. Pre-order dropped and my wallet said why. Shelf Damage. Yeah, that's the name. Collect the real talk, no playing the game. Shelf Damage. Front row shine, back row pack, but it all feel mine. T3 PK, fam, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
What up? It's your boy CybertronianQuestt back again. First of all, shout out to everybody out there in the community. Shout out to my T3 PK family, my Diecast Collective family, and also you, the community, because you're why we do this. So shout out to y'all, man. So I got up early today. I felt like I've been waiting on this guy so long, and I just really wanted to do a video on this. So today we got an unboxing of Dreamstar Toys Prowl to go. He is bot number 7 to go with that Constructicon set. Now this is based on IDW's rendition of and storyline about when Prowl was captured by Shockwave, I believe, or Soundwave, and forced to basically become a part of the Constructicons. One of the Constructicons, I can't remember which one it was taken down in a battle, and they captured Prowl and forced Prowl to become one with Devastator. So it's a really cool twist on the story. Again, IDW is my favorite run, with the new Skybound stuff coming in at number 2. But IDW, I love IDW, the lore, the way they fleshed out the characters, all that stuff. So it is what it is. Yeah, man. So I'm going to get this mofo unboxed and get it out of box. So I'll be right back. So silly of me. Let me show off the box really quick. It's a really nice box. Got it upside down. So as you can see, it's a really dynamic box. Trying to avoid that glare. There we go. So yeah, man, dope box. But let's see what this bad boy has in here. Don't mind all the extra noise. It's gonna get a little bit loud. I feel like something's gonna drop out. All right. So to begin with, you got your clamshell. You have a booklet. I really don't read these. I keep them, but I don't read them. So now, here's his clamshell. Aww. And this is everything that he comes with. Alright. Looks like they got a new head in there. That's what's up. Some people were complaining about the head that came with them. It was a little bit off. So Dreamstar, in their wisdom to perfect the game, actually included a new head. Let's see if we can. Now this head, I'm assuming, fits this piece, which are the horns from Prowler Stater or whatever the hell it's called. So that's cool, man. You also get some lights for the cop car. And also get some wings. So that's cool. A lot of weapons here. There's a lot of weapons. So I'm pretty sure that these fill in. That's cool. And then, of course, try not to make a lot of noise. Opening up this clamshell. Turns, you gotta do what you gotta do. Make sure you guys have a sponger and or a small flathead screwdriver for this stuff, like I do. So these are his shoulder cannons right here. And here comes the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, this is nice, bro. This is nice. Right out the box. This is nice. It's got a good weight to him, not too heavy. It feels like they used die cast just where they felt like it needed, not overly heavy. But this is nice, man. Let's see if I can get his wings activated over here. No, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, of course, but joints feel really solid. So again, I gotta go through this with the instructions, see what the proper way to display him is. Because I'm assuming this ain't it, but this is what you're getting right now. So just out for a second, and I'm going to get the CybertronianQuestt Prowl. So as you can see, big difference. That's CybertronianQuestt and that's Dreamstar, and very big difference between the two. So it's definitely, I would say it's an upgrade. Now again, this is based on IDW's characters, so the design aesthetic is going to be a little bit different. He obviously is going to be more stylized. Hell, they even used a different model car that looks like it's a Mustang. I could be wrong. I really won't know till I get him in his alt mode. But yeah, looks good, man. So I'll be back in a second. All right, so here we go. I had to figure out a better lighting situation for him. So I also put on his shoulder cannons so that we get a comparison to the other Prowl. A little bit better. So yeah, man. Now the only thing I can see at this point that is a potential problem is that when you're going to put these guys or try to put these guys in with your regular G1 stuff, it's not going to work. They're going to be out of scale. As you can see, he's about is a 2-to-1 ratio for robot here. So he's damn near double the size of Takara Tony. It's a beautiful mold, beautiful designs. I love it, but this obviously would be a scaling concern. Now, okay, there we go. So I plan on putting him obviously on another shelf where I have some more stylized stuff that's a little bit different from your traditional MP G1 stuff. So like I'm gonna put this guy with Jezzy. I'm going to put him with even that KFC blaster. What else am I gonna put him with? So obviously the Bengal Toys Strafe, the Bengal Toys Newton. He's gonna go on the shelf with all those guys. He's gonna be separate from my regular G1 display just because the scale is off and also the style is off. That doesn't make it a bad thing though. I love the look. I'm happy with it. I had a discussion recently with my diecast collective brothers and about them putting out the same bots over and over again, and basically there's only so much or so many times that all these companies can continue to put out the same G1 variant bot, right? So we only can have so many, say, Rodimus or Hot Rods. We only can have so many Ultra Magnuses, so many Constructicons, right? Before we start to get tired of having the same stuff. Or like, you don't want to keep buying a bot that looks like a bot that you already have 2 and 3 times over. So for me, this Dreamstar Devastator was it, because I'm kind of at this point I'm kind of over traditional Devastator, right? Don't get me wrong, they still have its place, but I just don't want to continue to keep buying the same bot over and over from the same company. So like if you look at Bruticus, right? I have my Magic Square Bruticus, which I love, I'm happy with, but that new damn it, I forgot the company. That new bot that just came out, that just got announced, which is gonna be a totally different take on the Combaticons. I'm all on that. Pause. I'm definitely gonna pick that up. Anytime that they put out something stylized, as long as it looks good to me as an individual, I'm going to pick it up, and I don't feel like I have to have a shelf full of, say, Optimus Primes, and all my Optimus Primes look the same. So now I got 50 Optimus Primes that all look the same. I want a little flavor. I want a little individuality. As long as I can identify the base character, I'm cool with variants. Because again, as much as I love Optimus, I don't want to have 50 of the same Optimus, because it makes for a boring show. So I think that these variants, or these stylized or urbanized variants of Transformers that are coming out, are a gift that we should embrace as a community, because again, something fresh, something new, but also something respectful is something that should be embraced. But that's just, you know, that's me. That's my shelf damage. So anyway, back to this guy. So yeah, man, he looks good. Obviously he's a big boy. He's a big boy. So let's put him next to the Dreamstar Devastator. Let's do this without dropping him. Stay dropping shit, bro. So there we go. Here he is next to the crew. Now, for his transformation into combine mode, it's a little bit different. I'm gonna see if I get a better. Stand by. Let's see what I can do. Your brother gonna hook you up. Don't mind the mess of that. So here we go. So he looks good, man. He looks good. Don't mind the mess, man. But I only got so much room. So bam. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, man. So I love it. It's definitely something that I have no buyer's remorse at all. I have a place for him. So like I said, because he is what I consider stylized, not overly stylized, but stylized, just a different take on the character from a different not a generation, but a different reality, because he is from they are from the IDW universe, right? So again, I'm gonna display him with more futuristic looking stuff. Bingo Strafe, Bingo Newton, Bingo Jezzy, what else? That KFC blaster, and I had something else. Oh, I got a Megatron, that MT-01 Mega Tank. I'm gonna display him with that. Like, you can definitely build out a whole shelf, or to be honest with you, you can stick them on a shelf with something else. It's all about what you want to do as collectors. So, you know, individually we decide what looks good to us and what's best for us, and we also know our situation. Like, as much as I want to get everything, I have to be very selective about what I get, because my man cave, at least for the time being, is cramped. So I have DJ equipment, I have a sneaker collection, and I got my Transformer, G.I. Joe, and Voltron collection. So I have to be selective and almost clinical about what I buy and where I display it. That's just my situation. That's my shelf damage. So anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna get him transformed, and I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. CybertronianQuestt. So I finally got this dude transformed, and he looks good, man. He looks good. Looks very good. And much like the Devastator, the transformation steps weren't bad at all. So I love this. I love this. Now, I could transform him into combiner mode, but I'm not going to, and I'll get into that later on. So I'm going to keep him in vehicle mode, just because I think he would display well with some of my other stuff that I have, like the Bingo Toys stuff, at least until I get that set complete. I also have a Mega Tank, a version of Megatron that I'm probably gonna display him with, as well as some other pieces that Jezzy, I think he would go well on that shelf. size wise. When you try to compare him to stuff like the Takara Tomy, he doesn't scale well. He's way too big. That being said, if you're like me and the majority of your Autobots are of the Takara Tomy X Transbots variants, he's not going to scale with them. So that's just the reality of it. But that shouldn't stop you from getting them. You can always build another shelf, or to be honest, you can just stick them on the shelf with everything else if you don't care about scale. I'm not crazy about scale, but for me it just makes sense to display him with some other stuff, like the Bengal Toys Hertz and other stuff like that, because he has just a different look to him and definitely a different scale. So as you can see in vehicle mode, he cleans up well. Man. You know, definitely cleans up well. He kind of reminds me of Barricade from the Bayverse movies, which I don't like talking about them, but that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, he cleans up well. Transformation for difficulty on a scale of 1 to 5, I say he's like a 3, solid 3. 5 being super difficult, 1 being the easiest. I say he's about a 3. Once you transform him and you know what you're doing, that number is going to easily drop to a 2 or a 1.5. So that's the one good thing. One of the good things about Dreamstar is that their combinations aren't super complex, but again, I'll get into that later on. He scales wonderfully next to the Dreamstar Constructicons, as you can see. Whether it be in bot or vehicle mode, he does scale perfectly with them, as he should. Paint, I'd say paint, hell, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say paint is probably a 4, 4.5. On paint, plastic, I'd probably say he's like on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. I say he's probably a 4 as far as plastic goes. He does have some die cast in him. He does have a good weight to him. So all that stuff is definitely appreciated. Accessories. If there's one thing that they started doing, I don't know if they did this with their aerial bots, but they damn sure did it with their Constructicons, is you have plenty of accessories, you have multiple weapons. They gave you an additional head on top of the other head that they already given you, and both of those heads can be displayed either with or without the prowl face, so that's a good thing. So again, overall, this entire project, if I had to buy it again, I definitely would. Again, if I had to rate it overall, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst, I say the entire set is sitting at about a 4. And I'm going to get into that. I know I keep saying it, but I promise I'm going to get into that. But I want to make sure that I touch on, the good stuff first, because I don't want to just focus on the bad stuff when there's plenty of good stuff about this. So the paint is really good. The accessories are really good. The transformations aren't overly complex. There is a fair amount of die cast. The quality of the plastic is pretty good. The paint apps are pretty good. 800. But again, that's total cost for 7 bots. So that includes the 6 Constructicons. That includes Prowl. I think I paid anywhere from $750 to $850. I don't remember the exact prices on it, but I feel like that's reasonable for larger MP scale bots with fairly good materials, good paint apps, and plenty of accessories, and versatility. Because again, at any point, I can swap out Prowl for one of the other bots and make it the IDW Devastator. So I think you get a lot of bang for your buck on this. I would definitely recommend. That being said, let me take it down to the mud, get down in the dirt, because there's a couple of things that I'd like to say. Dreamstar, if you're watching this, please take notes. So while I can and have spoke highly of this set, I've seen the growth from Superion to Devastator. I recognize the changes, the effort. I feel like the company has definitely stepped up. And their next combiner set, which is going to be the Combaticons, is probably going to be even better. If there's one complaint I have, I have two complaints. And I hope that this gets to you so that you understand from a customer perspective what it is that you need to work on. So you have done exceptionally well with the stepping up, coming from Superion to Devastator. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Kudos to you. I'm a fan, right? I don't know what happened with this because you guys did almost everything right. There's two areas that this falls short. Number one is when I was getting any of the bots out the box, your instructions are not good at all, and your videos are, I want to almost say, incomplete. I had to jump through multiple videos to find complete instructions on how to transform these bots and how to combine them. Early on, and I was one of the first people to have a complete set outside of major content creators. And it was a task and a half trying to accumulate knowledge on how to get this transformed and combined. It was way harder than it needed to be. We live in an information age. It's very easy because a lot of other companies do it where they will put up a full transformation video. A lot of the videos that I found early on were incomplete. Even some of the videos from other content creators were incomplete and gave out the wrong information. I don't hold the other content creators responsible for that because I feel like you as a company, Dreamstar, it's your responsibility to make sure that the proper information is out there. If you're giving out stuff to other content creators, you need to give them proper instructions and ensure that part of that agreement is that the proper information is conveyed. Because nobody wants to get halfway through a transformation and see that the video is skipping a step, or that they followed a certain streamer's instructions and that wasn't the right way. So I think it's your responsibility, Dreamstar, and all the companies out there. When you put out a product, you need to make sure that us consumers have the proper directions when we purchase your stuff. These booklets that you have are not the greatest instructions. The way that you color them, it's just not clear instructions at all. It just doesn't cut it. So you need to do better on that. You need to make sure that there is a complete transformation and combination video for all your stuff moving forward. Because if I buy this and I'm invested in it and I take it out the box and I can't figure out how to transform something without it breaking, I promise you I won't be buying another one. So if you want people to invest in this product that you guys have worked so hard to create, You need to ensure that the communication is there and the proper instructions and directions are there. Please do better. That being said, I have one other gripe with this set, and you'll see why I saved this for last. Throughout this entire process, from the first bot to the last bot, I have noticed that these bots have very either super tight tolerances or incorrect tolerances where stuff is too loose. You guys need to zero that in. What's the point in giving me 8 different accessories if none of them want to stay on the bot? What's the point in giving Prowl the lights, the guns, and the blades if they don't stay on? They continue to pop off because you guys didn't take the time to QC your tolerances. What's the point in having a beautiful transformation like this if the pieces don't stay together? You see that little crack down there, how I have to keep pushing it together because it doesn't sit properly? That's because your tolerances are off. Even on Devastator, his, like, for instance, that one, his hook that comes out doesn't sit properly in there. So I can't even display him with that because of tolerances. You guys did an amazing job on designing, implementing, painting, picking materials, but you dropped the ball on tolerances. So you did all that work just for something not to sit right because you didn't double check your tolerances. I shouldn't have to almost cut myself or pop a finger out trying to get something to stay in. All this is a beautiful piece of art. But what good is art if it keeps falling off the wall every time you go to hang it up? Dreamstar, you need to do better. You guys have stepped it up since the Superion debacle. You did an amazing job designing and picking materials and doing a paint app on this run. But again, there is a sort of dissatisfaction there, because when I go to connect a blaster or connect a sword or a blade, or even go to combine Devastator, he doesn't hold true to form because you guys dropped the ball on the last leg and didn't check your tolerances. This Devastator, the only reason he's together is because on his back there's 3 holes and you have a flap that swings down and plugs into those holes. I had to super glue those holes in order for him to stand together. I shouldn't have to do that. I took a chance on you. I invested in what your company put out. It's a wonderful set, but you can't be lazy, because again, if we're spending $800 plus on this set, it needs to work the way it's supposed to work. If you give me something to plug into it, I should be able to plug that in without having to whittle down a hole or glue something in that hole because you didn't check the tolerances. It's a simple thing. The hard part was designing it. The hard part was making it. The hard part was figuring out how it all goes together and making it look as good as it does. This is an amazing Devastator. But what good is it if I can't get it to stay together? What good is Prowl if I can't get him to connect? Dreamstar, you need to do a little bit better. So anyway, that's my gripe. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I hope this gets out to Dreamstar. I hope you guys listen to this, because this was amazing, and this was so far ahead of what you guys did on that Superion. Kudos to you. But on that last leg of the race, you got a little bit lazy, so you got to do a little bit better. Other than that, I love this set, man. Would I recommend it? Yes. Just check your tolerances. Also, give us proper directions. Nobody wants me sitting there an hour and a half on a bot trying to figure out how to transform it because you guys don't put the proper information out there. We're not engineers. We're not designers. I wasn't on the factory floor when this was being made. How am I supposed to figure this out? Your directions were shit. You got to do better. So anyway, that's Shelf Damage, man. I hope y'all enjoy y'all night. Go pick you up a Dreamstar Devastator. At the very least, get you one of these Prowls, man. Like I said, it's dope. These are all dope. The concepts, the designs, the paint apps, the materials, everything was dope. The transformation process, once you become informed of it, was dope. I wouldn't mind taking these apart and putting them back together if I could, but because of that other stuff, I can't. So anyway, thank you all for joining me on Shelf Damage. Shout out to my T3PK family. Shout out to my Diecast Collective brothers.
T3PK Network.
Transformers, third party kingdom. Every voice in position. Give ATL chasing grails with the collector's precision. Basement in the attic live, bringing energy to the stage. Diecast collected with the real talk, setting shelves in array.
MD Seeker takes flight. American dads keep it grounded. The Icon files dig deep where the history gets uncovered.
Let's talk about it.
Breaks the latest molds down. CybertronianQuestt keeps the truth in the sound.
Scooby Prime File got the deals with the chase. Dead 2727 brings the fire to the place. Joe
Prime in the mix, bringing power every time. Diz and designs makes the visions come alive.
TNT Neon Prime hits the room. It's TNT time.
T3PK.